the dumping ground. We're here. We're super excited to start off 2026 with these amazing people who going to come on the show, share their stories, their testimony, their wins. We're able to root them on for 2026. We're able to hear their stories, to partner up with them, to push each other, to make each other great, because iron sharpens iron. I'm so
That's
excited.
right.
I'm so excited. I know in the green room, this girl probably like, this girl is on sugar. I ain't on sugar. This is just the naturalness of excitement of seeing how God is so faithful and how he just allow your small things that you ask for to, and it comes to pass. She'd be like, God, you listen to those small things. And I wanted this young lady to be on the show last year, like I was telling her in the green room, and people were just signing up. And I was like, don't worry, MC. I call myself MC. Sometimes I talk to myself, don't worry. You know how you talk to yourself, right? And I said, don't worry, because 2026, because I know what she carries. I've seen her, I've heard her speak. She's going to kick us off, because our quote this year is, you were born to, from Dr. Miles Monroe, you were born to make a difference. You were born to make an impact. Like, we're not just here to exist. Last year, we were more about creating, not being perfect. It's about progress. So now we have built our muscles up to know that we have an assignment on our lives, that we have things to do. We don't have time to waste, and that we need to connect and get on the assignment, get on the grind. And of course, who do we have? Miss Demetra. When I saw her bio, she has so many accolades. I was like, she's an author, she's a coach, she was a I was like, oh my gosh, she owned a restaurant. I was like, girl, what else could you add to this accolades besides being an amazing woman of God? And I'm super excited, and also being a Mississippian, because she got that letter in her blood. So we're super excited to have you on the show today to kick us off for this new season. And again, we want to appreciate you, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. We couldn't have done this without you, and we just want to make sure we give you your flowers.
Yay! Well, thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be a part of your podcast, The Dumping Ground. Love the title. And so I'm just amazed. I'm just going to let God do what God does. And we're just going to rock out on tonight.
Yes. So listen, so tell us a little bit about yourself. I know your story. You say you turned your pain into purpose. So just tell us a little bit. I know you shared it with our intimate group at work, and we'll kind of share a little bit of your story, and then we'll just kind of go into some questions. How about that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I am a Mississippian, born and raised in Tupelo, Mississippi. I married my high school sweetheart, and we've been married 25 years together, 27, 28. After so long, it just all runs together. I have two beautiful young ladies that are my daughters. They're 27 and 20. I know I don't look like it, but I do. And I moved away. So my husband went into the military. We stayed in Tampa, Florida for 6 years, North Carolina for 4 years. And then, some financial hardships brought us back home. And so I wouldn't have it any other way. And so what I'm doing now with my time is I'm doing all things with Love, Demetra, and that includes public speaking. I am an author of a book called What the F, but not what you think. It talks about the F's that we deal with in life: finances, freedom, family, friends, being fake or called fake. We talk about all those things. Then I also am a life coach, where I help other amazing women and some men, try to find their footing in this thing that we call the world, right? And what that looks like. And I also do marriage counseling as well. And then, so since we've last talked, I started a nonprofit, which is my philanthropy arm of With Love, Demetra, and it's called Love Her Charm School. And that is like my baby right now. So I have 10 mentees, 10 other young women that are so amazing, that allows me to be a part of their life. And I'm just telling you, they probably do more for me than I do for them.
Oh my gosh. Listen. Listen. Sometimes you think everything is so strategic. I always say God is so strategic the way
Hmm.
he do things. And you just said you started a philanthropy for girls and mentorship and serve. And this year our theme is in service of. And
Oh,
yes,
yes.
I'm just like, what in the world? So
Yes.
listen, everything has a purpose, and
Does.
oh, my heart is beating so fast. You just don't understand. It's like I am doing the right thing.
You are. You are.
So, man, I mean, like, listen, you girl, that bio. How do you have the time? Like, you're like everywhere.
I am. And my friend whose name is Demetria, she always say, you the only person in the world that got 30 hours in a day. And I don't know how I get it done or how I do it. But well, I tell you, of course, it's God, but I just love it. Like I thrive off of being busy and being active and making a change and a difference. Like if somebody called me right now and needs some girl, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to chunk those deuces because I just know that it is beyond who I am as a person. And it
Yes.
is so important for us to get to a place in life where we can pay it forward because we only got to where we are because somebody else helped us get to that point. And sometimes we forget that, but it is so important to pull up the ones that are coming behind us with us.
Oh, girl, I love that. So, how did the charm school come about? And okay, so celebrate your win. I know I saw you post on LinkedIn about your doing the coaching for counseling for married couple. You just posted that like a couple maybe a month ago or maybe so.
Yes.
I
Hmm.
mean, I'm like, yes, I'm super excited that you're able to like tap into your gifts and talents and you're just pulling it up. So how did you get here? Like, how did you get to this place where you knew your assignment? Like you knew how to leverage your faith, like all of that stuff. How did you get here?
Trial and error, girl. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's not anything that came just all of a sudden. You know, I'm 45. And so I'm just now within the last year and a half, maybe two, figuring out what it is that God brought me to this earth to do, right? And so it came with a lot of trial, a lot of error, some heartbreak, some tears. It came with some losing of some friendships, you know, but making new ones along the way. And so it just came along with trial and error. And I'm
Oh,
gonna tell you, after I closed my restaurant, it was like, okay, I was hurt. Like God really hurt my feelings. I ain't gonna lie to you because I was like, God, why would you allow me to open up my doors just for me to close them? And he said, because I needed you to know that it was beyond you. And I was
oh,
like, beyond me, but this was me. This was my dream. This was my baby. He was like, but there's so much more to you
oh,
than this. And so after I closed the restaurant, I'm not gonna lie, I went into a depression. Like I
mm,
was sick because I was like, okay, what am I to do
right.
outside of the restaurant? Like I loved it. It was everything to me. And as I started to navigate that, some other things happened. And I was a part of a group, and they was like, you know, I just think that you need to kind of step down from some things. And I was like, step down. I just felt like I was to a place where I could really step up. And
Mhm.
so after that, it was like, okay, God, what would you have me to do? And he, first of all, it started with being around other women and
Mm.
pouring into them. But not only that, allowing them to pour into me as well. And it was like time after time, I saw that the things that I was doing, the words that God was giving me to say, was making such an impact. Like women was like confidence boosting. They're motivated to pursue their dreams and do the things in which they've been called to do. And then after that, I was like, but God, I love young women too. And it was like, well, start a charm school. And I did not know what a charm school was. I'm not going to tell you that. And I was like, well, these that I'm doing now in my purpose and in this passion that I am doing, it was stuff that I was really already doing. I was excited about it, but didn't know why. And it wasn't until then, it was like, girl, that's what you've been called to do. You've been called to women, young, old, in between. It doesn't matter. You have been called to women because that's just where I started to gravitate to. And I was like, okay, God, now what you gonna have me to do? and he just downloads things into me. Like sometimes I don't even know like where did that come from. And it's just an amazing journey. And to know exactly what you're on this earth to do, exactly to know what you're called to do, what your purpose is. And then in that, your passion is all intertwined in that. So the things that I do are not work because I love it.
Yes, and that's the part that I like about when I see you and your pictures, and I and your and I yes, I stalk you on social media. I guess I shouldn't use the word stalk, but I do watch you, or
Yes.
but I see the things that you do, and the joy on your face cannot be faked. Like the smiles in your pictures. I mean, people can fake things, but you can just see the joy that you have in your picture. I mean, like you did something like you post something this week or last week. Girl, you've been doing this so much, I can't even keep up for you. I'm like, this girl out here. I mean, I just could not wait to be able to get a chance to just talk to you. Like the charm school, like how can people get connected, or is this online? Is this people can, like, is it in person? Like, how is that part of it? Because this is brand new.
It is very new. And right now it is local. And my goal is to travel doing this. Like I want to be able to penetrate other communities because I just think that it's so important that our young women know that the only thing that have changed are the players. The game is still the same. And I also want to have an opportunity to speak to mothers because sometimes we forget that we were 16, 12, 18,
Period.
21. And so when we forget those things, it's almost as if our children cannot connect to us or our daughters cannot connect to us because we're not sharing the stories. We're not talking
Absolutely.
about how the inning was. We're not talking about those things. And that is so important. And so in
Absolutely.
order to connect with the Charm School, like I said, it's currently local. But it's an 8-month program. So it's not a fly by night. We meet once a month, every other week. I mean, no, excuse me, twice a month. And when we meet, we're digging deep. We did art therapy and we did self-reflected portraits because I want them girls to see themselves. But we also talk about how self-reflection is not always a picture of us. Sometimes self-reflection is our loved ones, things that we enjoy doing, places that we want to go and experience. We also did music therapy because we need to know how we can relate to songs and how music can bring us out of any situation that we have going on. Like,
Yes.
I can't tell you enough how much music is so therapeutic.
Yeah.
And because there's a song for everything, right?
Everything.
We
Yes.
do. We talked about domestic violence, sex trafficking. We
Nice.
talk anything that you could think of. We've talked about it. And just last week when we met, we did vision boards, and we talked about how it's important for us to have a plan for our life. And
My
even if that plan
goodness.
don't go the way that we expect it to, we gotta figure out how to pivot and shift, and what that looks like as
Mhm.
well. So I want these young ladies that I am mentoring right now to not have to be 43, 44, and figuring out what they is. I need them to be able to stand confident in who they are and who God has made them to be right now, regardless of the age. Because once you embrace that, oh my gosh, you can do so many other things. And they need to know that just because you're 16, that don't mean that you don't have a voice. That don't mean you cannot pursue your current goals or vision or whatever. It just means that we got to figure out exactly what that is and then who's going to help us get there because we all need some help.
Listen, listen, listen. I'm about to say, listen, Linda, listen, Linda. My God, we need this across the board, bro. Listen, listen. Oh my God, you're gonna have to tag team and do some across the board because it's so needed in our young generation. I think we look at them as if, like you said, like we were never their age, like we never made mistakes, like we
Mhm.
never did anything. We like, "Oh, we got it all together." No, like you said, the transparency and the authenticity, those kids would gravitate to that because you're being honest. Like, child, I did not have it all together, and I was a whole. No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But be real.
But it
Be
is
real
what it
about
is,
the
right?
situation. But God, you get what I'm saying? And be
Yes.
honest about it. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? And see, I have it all together, but
Mhm.
not because of my strength, but because of the
No.
strength of God. He'll put me around people, help me build me up, and then I'll
Yes.
be like, "Oh my gosh, okay. Well, if she can
Mhm.
do it, then I can do it." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that we fail to realize is we always come with the end product, but we never tell people how the thing was built. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? So, and we may have had some hiccups and some screws may be loose in the
Yes.
building process. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And you have to be honest about that. And that's why I think this charm school is just gonna take
Yes.
off, and those girls are going to sow seeds, and you're sowing the seeds, and they're going to sow it in seeds. It's just going to create this big harvest, this big
Yes.
harvest of amazing women, our future,
Mhm.
because we need that. Oh
Yes. Absolutely.
so excited for you. Oh my God. Oh my God. So
I'm
yeah.
excited. I'm
So,
excited. I'm telling you, like the charm school, like it just brings me such joy. And when we meet, because we meet on Sundays, and when I meet, it doesn't matter how tired I am. When I walk through the door and I see those babies, like girl, I just like that goes out the window. Like I'm just telling you because they give me such energy and they let me
yes.
know that my calling far
Yes.
exceeds who I
Yes.
am. It is
Absolutely.
beyond me.
Absolutely. And and that's what we want to tap into this year. That's why I felt like I love Dr. Miles Monroe.
Mhm.
I mean, if you never ever read anything from him, just really diving into his teaching. He's no longer here, but his teaching is
Yes.
so resonated. Like I'm actually reading The Purpose of a Woman,
Mhm.
and he basically says if you don't know the purpose, then you will malfunction or you will misuse it and abuse it because you
Ooh,
don't know the functionality of it. You know
yes.
what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh my God. So that's our calling this year is to
Mhm.
know the purpose of why God called you, why what he assigned you to. Because if not, then you're gonna malfunction and
Mhm.
abuse the what you have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And when I have heard that, I was like, oh my God, you got to know the purpose. And in order to know the purpose, right? He gave an example of in order to, like something that's built, it comes with a manual, right? So
Yes.
when it malfunction, what
Mhm.
do? You go to the manual to figure out because the manual has created it and knows how to put it back together again or
Right.
what's causing the malfunction. But if you don't know that and you don't know the purpose, you're gonna abuse
Mhm.
it. I was
Girl, that's a word in
that's a
itself.
whole word, girl.
That is
That's
a
a
word in itself.
I,
And we do, you know what? In some ways, it's one of those things like, God, why it take me so long? And because I don't know about you, but I talk to Jesus.
oh,
And
me
we
too,
just be
girl.
having these candid conversations
Me
because I
too.
just need to know. And
Yes.
I asked him, why did it take me so long? He said, because I didn't embrace it. He said it's been there all along. What you're
Yes.
doing now and what your purpose is what you've
Yes.
done your whole entire life. You've always been a pour, a seed sower, a connector. He said, you're just not realizing it. But had I taken the time to take that and nurture it early on, imagine the work, the impact, the effect that it could have had beyond Demetra. And so sometimes we actually got to get to a place where we dig deep in ourselves. And sometimes that comes with trauma because me
Yes.
closing that, I wouldn't be where I was if my
Yes.
restaurant was still open. Let me be real about it.
Right.
I
Right.
still would be over there working the restaurant, having a good time, and miss this opportunity right here today. And I
Yes.
was like, God, he said, so I had to pull you out. You had to hit rock bottom because the
Yes.
only way, where else you gonna go but up? You had to dig deep. You had to, girl, I was
Man.
like, God, but you ain't have to take me there.
Hey,
But you
listen.
would have just called and
Yeah,
told me what you
yeah.
needed me to do.
Listen. When I say sometimes I'll be like, you didn't have to do all that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like you could have just did a little bit, and I would have
Yes.
done it. He's like, no, you needed to be stripped from it.
Yes.
It's not gonna get your attention.
Yes.
You know, it's so the cool thing when you said time.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I love about God is He does not operate in time. Right? We operate outside of time. So we always be like, well, I missed my time. I missed my time. But one thing I love about He said, I will redeem the time, the cankerworms. And He will redeem your time to catch up. That's the love that He has for you.
Yes.
So you can be on assignment and on beat. You're not gonna miss it. He gonna make sure if He had to do another repeat, we're gonna repeat it again. And you know, think about it. It's like it reminds me of school. You're gonna repeat this lesson again until you get it. You're gonna
get it.
You pass this test. You're gonna just keep repeating. And the cool part I love about Him is because of His grace. And even in the midst of our foolishness and stupidness and got our focus on everything else, but the assignment, He's still like, I'm still here. I'm hey, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the cool part is He has to allow things to fall apart because we get attached to we attach our value, our monetary things to that distracts us from Him. So He's like, wait a minute, now you about to make this your God. Now you know I'm jelly. You know what I'm saying? I'm big jelly. Don't play with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even play no games. I'm jealous. You know, I am a jealous guy. I created you for this time. I want all your love, your aspiration, everything you have. Love your God with all your heart, mind, soul. That's what I want from you. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, I'm so excited. I'm so high. just got hot, Jesus. But I just love that, and he said all things work together for the good. So the good, the bad, the ugly, the stank, all of that is working together for your good. And He's not gonna not. I feel like the God, it's just like your Father, right? He's not withholding it because He don't love you. It's just the point that you're not mature enough to handle it.
And then sometimes we forget about the protection. Sometimes it's not that He's withholding it. Sometimes He's just protecting us. Sometimes He's just trying to keep us here. Because, honey, if we follow our own rules and our own kindness, honey, ain't no telling where we would be. Sometimes it's protection.
Absolutely.
And you don't see it. You know how your mama used to tell you, now I don't think you should go to that party or over that friend's house. And you like, but I want to go have a good time. All along, her intuition, it's like, girl, I'm just trying to keep you here. I'm just trying to protect you. And that's what He does. Even when we don't see, even the unforeseen things, He is protecting us. And it's so important for us to get in our word and get familiar. I have such a humorous relationship with God. I don't know about, girl, I mean, like, I'm talking to you, that's how I be talking to you, because I'm like, Jesus, like, I just know this ain't what we doing today.
Me too. I thought it was just me. I be like, listen, Lord, I don't know. Listen, this morning, I don't know what they doing today, but hey, you gonna have to help me.
That's right.
I mean, I tell people if they hear my conversation, they'll be thinking I'm crazy and I need to be in a padded room. But that's just the way me and the Lord, that's how me and my daddy talk. You know what I'm saying? Right. And he's like, child, this fool is crazy because I know I made her. You know, my elevator don't go up sometimes. It's okay, but I still love her. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, I mean, listen. I'm excited for you stepping out on faith, doing all these amazing things because some people haven't arrived. So talk to someone who on the crust that just need to just step out on faith and just believe. And you said trial and error, but to me, I think that's a faith thing. You just have to step out on faith and let God just direct and order your steps. So talk to someone who's on that crust, on that cuff, to say, should I take that leap of faith, or talk to them right now where they're at.
I'm gonna tell you, after I closed the restaurant, I went back to a job, right? No longer working for me. I had to go work for somebody else. And I recently just left that job. And I left it because God was like dealing with me on how you going to pursue wholeheartedly your dreams, your goals, your passion, and you clocking somebody else's time clock. And you working for them not only 5 days a week, but you working on your off days, you answering the phone when you're not there, you making sure things. And I was like, you're right. So when I decided to take that faith walk, it was solely that. It was one of those I know sometimes we want to have all the money in the bank and all these things saved up, but I tell you what, it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes that faith walk is just you taking that first step. That means you registering your business name with the Secretary of State, or you're writing the business plan. The faith walk don't necessarily mean you walk off your job like I did. The faith walk means you're taking the necessary steps to pursue what it is that God has called you to do. That's what that faith walk is. That means that, hey, you're planting the seeds, you're making a phone calls, you're taking social media away out of your daily routines, but now you're actually reading up on what it is that God would have you to do. Not just in your Bible, but now you're going a step further and you Googling, how am I going to pursue this business? What can I do in the meantime? Now you're doing the videos. Now you're making content, whatever it is. But the faith walk is taking that next step outside of your comfort zone. I cannot stress that enough. You gotta step out of your comfort zone. That box that you put yourself in, because sometimes we play like people have put us in a box. No, we put ourselves in that box because we absolutely have control over where we go, what we do, how, when, and all of those. We have control over that. So nobody puts you in the box. You put yourself in the box. And we have to quit giving other people credit or making excuses for other people or blaming other people for the things that we allowed them to do. We're at fault. Hold yourself accountable for bringing that person in your life or for closing off, and you are responsible for that. You can't put that on them because you have the control to say no. You have the control to go to the next space, the next job, the next whatever. You have control. So it starts with taking a step, not a big step, a step. Writing a vision, making it plain, speaking it into the atmosphere, talking to yourself. If this was my business, I would do this, or if this was my business, I would do that. And then like God, I need you to open the door that no man can close. Talk to him. What did the man know, God? But let him know that you are waiting on him. But in the meantime, he said, well, all you have to do is ask. Yes. We don't even open up our mouths. We're scared to tell the story. We don't want to talk about the trauma we went through. We don't want to talk about those things, but those very things are what's going to propel us into what God has for us. You got to talk about it, because if not, they keep you bound. Mm-hmm. Now it's eating you on the inside. You're harboring unforgiveness. Like, girl, how you gonna get there if you're not willing to open up your mouth? Forgive yourself if you don't forgive nobody else. Amen. We gotta get to a place where we're willing to do the hard work, and that's the digging deep. I'm kidding you not. And it's the taking a step. It's not always, like I said, I'm not telling nobody to leave your job. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is write it out, what you would do for yourself. What are your goals? My husband, and he can't, when I say this, he is not an entrepreneur. He is not a risk taker. He don't want to do nothing. He is a worker. He gonna punch your clock and he gonna come home. That's what he's gonna do. But I often ask him, outside of that, what do you want to be when you grow up? What does that look like for you? If you didn't punch anybody's clock and you were responsible for yourself, what would you do with your time? What would it be? What makes your soul smiles? What pull at your heartstrings? Though that's your passion. That's your purpose. What is something that you can get up day in and day out and do no matter what or how? That's what you should be pursuing.
Girl,
because that's what's going to thrive. That's what's going to make you feel alive. That's what's going to give you hope. That's what's going to give you that juju, as I call it, to go in and day out, to walk out this thing that we call life. What makes you smile? What makes you tick? And if you can't answer those questions, then I'm going to challenge you to figure out who you are as a woman.
Wow.
Outside of your kids, outside of your husband, outside of your job, if it's nobody but you, what's going to put a smile on your face? How you going to get there? I have a motto. I be like, forget them kids. Like, and I mean that, like, I don't mean it in a bad way. Love my girls. But what happens when my girls, like they are now, they
Yeah.
moved on and they're pursuing their own dreams and their own visions and they're making their own pathways? What
Yes.
happens if my husband were to leave me? What would Demetra be? What would I do?
Mm.
I need to know who I am outside of them. Because that's when you get to the place where you nurture who you are. And that's when you get to the place where you so confident and you so bold in who the God has called you to be. Can't nobody sway you to the left or to the right. We as women gotta get there. And if you don't have sister friends or sister circle or whatever that is that's going to pull you up, that's going to put you in your place and get you out that box, then baby, that is not the circle for you.
Amen, girl.
My sister circle hold me accountable. If I ain't looking the part, they're going to tell me to go back and try again. If my attitude ain't right, they're going to say, girl, I'm going to talk to you later. Call me back when you good. Because I need that. We need that accountability in our lives.
Yes, yes.
Because we can't do it by ourselves. We were never meant to be alone. Never meant to be alone.
Absolutely. Listen. Girl, I knew you had it in your spirit. I knew you had it in your spirit. That's why I was like, talk to him, Demetra.
Yes.
Let that spirit, let your spirit flow. Because we prayed that God just use you.
Yes.
And I didn't want to be just running over. This is the opportunity that you share your testimony and your pain. And you said you went through depression and stuff, but look at you
Yes.
now. I mean, you out here taking faith walks and
Yes.
doing what you got to do, and you finding your passion and your purpose, and you making it work for you. Like you said, you gotta find the assignment. You gotta
Yes.
dig deep and comfort. This is what I say about comfort. When you don't have to, you don't use faith and comfort. There's no need.
They don't go together.
There's no need to use faith and comfort because I already know the comfort's going to be there. There's no need for it to even operate. You know what I'm saying? What happens is when you don't know and you step just because you know that there's something bigger and there's a God and he told you to move. And the thing I love, this is what tripped me out about God. He'll say, go left, and you in a good thing, good space, good thing. You're like, huh? Sir, and I'll be like, sir, what do you mean go left? I'm in right mode and right feels real good. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is flowing. I feel like I'm in milk and honey, in my version of milk and honey, you know? But the thing is, he said go left. So but then this is the part that tripped me up too. We don't listen to him say go left, right? We still stay in right mode. And then things start crumbling in the right mode. And then guess what we do? We run left. We run left. 10 months down the road.
Now you in reverse. Let me get back down. Yeah. Now you going backwards. Yep.
I got to get to the left now. I got to get to the left, right? You know what I'm saying?
You missed that turn by 10 miles down the road, honey. So you got to make that U-turn and go back.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? When we can just be obedient, step out on faith and just go left. Because he knows, he sees his plans are higher than our plans. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. For some reason, I don't know why we think that we can control our own life and own destiny, and we got it together. And all we can see is what we see in front of us. But a guy who can see the entire universe on planets off the planets and beyond, we don't trust that. Because we can't control it. You know what I'm saying?
But
because
sometimes we can't see it either.
That's it.
Sometimes we don't see it. And so you're on this pathway and it's almost like you got tunnel vision. You just focus on this one thing. But sometimes you need to have your head on a swivel. You need to be looking to the left and to the right, up and down. You have to.
Yes.
because we were never meant to be complacent. There is so much, even when it comes to With Love, Demetra, or the Charm School, there's so many different facets of that. Just those 10 young ladies that I'm impacting now are not the only 10 young ladies. And within those 10 young ladies, think about how many other young ladies that they're going to bring with them.
So
Think
many.
about who they're going to impact and who they're going to affect. Think about that. It is so beyond us. But we are to plant the seed and do a little nurturing and then let God do the rest. Like God, this way, yeah, take your hands off of it.
Because we don't need to be trying to control it. And that's when we
Exactly.
mess up stuff because
Yes.
we're trying to control it.
Mhm.
Let go and let God. I know we sing it over, let go, let go. It's a real thing.
But
And
also stay in your own lane. Don't swerve, girl. Stay in your lane. Do what you have been called to do. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Like what's happening over here in this outer lane ain't none of your business. Focus on you. And then that's the other thing. Like we have social media that is such an illusion that people who believe what they see on social media, they're so delusional because that is so fictitious. That is not real at all. Anybody can get up and dress up and put on lipstick and make themselves look good for the picture. Girl, I can pull up some money and show you I got racks. But what is that doing for your soul? And then ChatGPT can do anything now, girl. So let's be real
yeah,
about it.
AI now, like you just put in 1, 2, 3, they'd be like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Do
AI is
anything
nothing to
now.
play with.
Yes.
It
But we
is.
just got to focus on us. And in focus on us, God will bring what needs to be brought to you, how
Yeah,
you need to move, how
yeah,
you need He will do it. But
yeah.
we just got to be patient and not rush it because so many times we want it right now. I want this business to flourish right now. I need this right now. When God
Oh
said,
my
if you just
God.
give me about a year, I can double what you think you gonna get right now.
Oh my
If
God.
you just give me 2 years, I triple what you think you gonna get right now. And sometimes we forget that not everything has a monetary value. Some things are absolutely priceless. Relationships that you can some things you just cannot put a price tag on. Like
Absolutely.
I believe in networking. I don't
Yes.
care if you blue, purple, yellow. It does not matter to me. Put me in the room. That's my motto. Put me in, coach. Let me see who I'm gonna touch because I need to know people that know people that know people. And you ain't
Tagging,
gotta be my
tagging.
homegirl, but you need to be a contact in my phone so when I need something, I can call you. When I need to be put in sent in a direction that you can give me the information.
Oh my
And we miss that. And our
God.
close circle, a lot of times, cannot provide that. They can't.
Boom.
Our close friends, they can't provide that. Again getting out that box, getting out of that comfort zone, going to a conference where if you gotta go by yourself, making a trip if you gotta do it by yourself. It's like you gotta move. You cannot stay in the house and expect everything to happen for you. I don't know who can run a business from home. Like literally running. You gotta make the contact. You gotta get outside the doors. You gotta get up and move. It is so
Oh
important.
my God. Listen. Share the people how they can get in contact with you.
Yes.
So we can stay stalking you, not stalking you, but and we want to make sure we keep our eyes on you and partner up with you and just continue to see you flourish. Man, I'm super proud of you. Like
Thank
even from
you.
the last time we spoke, like the expansion that you've expanded from that moment. I mean, I could see the growth and the expansion. And man, it's just so exciting to be able to see you just out here again in service of, that's our word. And you're literally out here plugging in, building people up, building our generations up, building women up. I mean, we see it. So, man, I'm just super honored to just be knowing you, girl. I'm so honored to know you, Fritz. Like,
You
for
too.
real. Like, listen, this is so good. And again, tell people where they can find you, and we have to stay connected.
Absolutely. So, of course, I am on social media. My personal page is Demetra Tubbs Sherer. My With Love Demetra page is just that, With Love Demetra, Demetra. And I do have a TikTok as well. So I'm on all social media. And as far as my website goes, or scheduling some time to speak with me, if you're interested in counseling, if you're interested in marriage counseling, if you want me to come and speak to your group or have an opportunity to be in your presence, I would love to do that as well. And that's through my website, which is With Love Demetra. All my contact information and on there. And if you decide that you want to purchase a What the F book, you can do so on my website as well. And on their website, I combined my Charm School website and my With Love Demetra website. So if you want additional information on how you can partner or sponsor the Charm School, it is on my website as well. I would love to have you to be a part. And I love bringing in other women to share their journey and their story with these young ladies. We got to talk to our babies because they
Yes.
think we don't know nothing. We too old. We ain't been through nothing. And that is just so not the case. One thing is
Listen,
that I do with my girls, and they'll tell you they probably really don't like. I tell, don't ask me if you don't want to know. That's from the good, the bad, the ugly. If I did it, I did it. If I didn't, I didn't. But I know somebody who did. Do you want me to connect you with them because they can tell you how it went down? Like, we just got to get to a place where we're so transparent and so
yes.
open, not only with ourselves, but with other women and young ladies whose lives we have the opportunity to make impact in.
Absolutely. So I've been getting a lot of questions in the chat talking about that butterfly behind you, and they want to know the story behind it.
They
That
want the
thing,
butterfly.
that
I
thing
bought,
is beautiful.
thank you, y'all. I have had that butterfly 12 years, if not longer. And I bought it at Pier One. And of course, we all know Pier One. They don't even have artwork like they used to.
Yeah,
But I bought that at Pier One years ago.
that is beautiful. And
Thank
it's so
you.
significant of growth and birth and
Yes.
rebirth and all that stuff. So it's amazing that you have it right behind you
Hmm.
as a reminder.
It
Oh,
is.
and someone that did ask about your website again, if you can tell us one more time what your website is for us one more time.
Yes. Withlovedemetra.com.
Awesome. We appreciate you so much. This has been so fun. Ooh, I loved it. Every moment, every
It
second.
was good.
It
It
was
was
real
good.
good. So, we gotta link up. So I
Yes.
know I don't really come to Tupelo a lot, but I might when I come now, I might have to
Girl,
do
you ain't gotta come to me. I'll come to you. Like, I am not opposed to making an hour drive. And when are you? And I think you're in Atlanta. And the next time I come to Atlanta, I'm
yes,
gonna let you know so we can link
yes,
up and have a
absolutely.
little cocktail and enjoy
Okay.
each other, girl.
Enjoy
And
each other.
I love a good
Absolutely.
link up. I'm gonna tell you.
Absolutely. I love it. Well, again, we appreciate you so much, Demetri. It's been super amazing to
Thank
see
you.
your face again and again to see how amazing God has expanded you in this
Yes.
short period of time. He has grown you and developed you. And I know He has so much more for you to do. Just continue to be faithful with what's in your hand, girl. And He's
Yes.
just going to keep blessing it with that God math and nothing like that God math. Boy, I
That's
love
right.
how He take two fish and 5 loaves of bread and feed 5,000. I like that type of math. You know what I'm
Me
saying?
too.
So, I just pray that blessing upon you, man. And I
Thank
cannot
you.
wait to see you link up and let's stay and connect.
Yes.
Until next time, God bless you.
You too. Thank you and have a great
You too.